Hello, and welcome to Harvest Farm. Are you needing information about the activities our farm offers? Or are you ready to schedule your visiting day with us? Sure. I'd love to show you what a fun-filled day at our farm looks like. But before we start, may I offer you a beverage? We have a delicious sparkling apple cider. It's cool and refreshing. Okay, let me just grab you a bottle of our apple cider and I'll be right back. And this is one of the farm favorites. Just pour it into a glass for you. While you enjoy your beverage, I'll go get the activities book. I'll be right back. It was good, huh? Yeah, it's very crisp and light and has just a wonderful fall flavor to it. This is our activities book. It's basically just gonna lay out all of the fun things you can do at our farm. And I'll go over each of those in a bit of detail. This is actually a picture of our main farm. There are many buildings located throughout the property, but this is the main one. This is the one that you just came in and checked into. And then you can see we have a lot of land. It's very scenic and beautiful. First, we have the Hayride. This is the most popular attraction at our farm. We have people come in and just enjoy the hayride. If you decide to just partake in the hayride, you'll enjoy a relaxing guided tour of our farm. We'll take you through the main visitor areas as well as stops at each of the event locations. That way, if you want to enjoy a specific activity, you can just ask the driver to stop, and then you can go on to enjoy whatever event you would like. We do have a corn maze and a costume contest. We do encourage you to dress up if you want to. We even have our staff on hand dress up. It's a lot of fun, and it just kind of creates an atmosphere. We do have a child contest, a young adult contest, and then a adult contest. So if you want to partake in that, we also have apple picking. We have bobbing for apples. And if you want, you can pick up one of our delicious pies that we have available in the bakery good shop. But if you would like to pick your own apples, I do have a few tips that are really helpful. Let me just go get a few of our apples to show you. To pick the best apple, you'll want to choose one that feels firm. So just gently squeeze it, and you can use your fingers to kind of press into the apple just to make sure there is no soft spots. If you find a soft spot, it does mean the apple is probably not going to be a good apple. If you get little minor scuffs or dings, it should be fine as long as they're superficial. You'll want to pick an apple that is very vibrant in color. The more vibrant the color, the more sunlight that apple saw. You can also give the apple a slight smell, and it should have a sweet and pleasant aroma, kind of like an apple when you slice it in half. Lightly sweet. To pick an apple from the tree, you'll just want to gently twist the apple while detaching it. Be sure not to pull or yank because that may cause damage to the stem. And the longer the stem is attached, the longer the apple is going to stay good. So when you get home, you can just store these in a cool, dry place, and they should last quite a while. We also have a pumpkin carving contest. So if you are skilled at carving pumpkins, or you just want to have a little bit of fun, I would encourage entering the contest. We do provide the pumpkins, and just like in the Halloween costume contest, there are going to be different age categories. So there'll be a child, a young adult, and then an adult contest. And that way it just kind of keeps it fair, and each age group can compete with its own age group. These are some of the winners from previous years. This one is quite detailed, very intricate. I'm still amazed at how they did that. And then we have some classics with just different faces and little funny faces. And then, of course, you can get a little bit more imaginative. We have a bat, a cat, and then, of course, a jack-o'-lantern. And then we have pumpkin picking, just like in the apple picking. We have a pumpkin patch that you can visit and pick out pumpkins that you want to take home and carve, or pumpkins that you want to use in desserts. We do have a regional favorite pumpkin pie, and that is available also in the bakery gift shop. But if you do want to pick out a pumpkin and take it home, I do have a few pointers to help you pick out the best pumpkin depending on what you're going to use it for. So there's decorative pumpkins. They come in different shapes and sizes, colors. There are carving pumpkins. Those are the big orange ones. And then we have dessert pumpkins, and those are the smaller ones. I do have an example of each of those. Let me just go get those, and then we can go over how to pick out the best pumpkin. Alright, so we have your traditional pumpkin, or the one that you are most likely to see inside of a store or at a pumpkin patch. This one is meant for carving. You can use it for other purposes, but its sole purpose when you pick it up in the grocery store or a pumpkin patch is to take it home and then carve it. To pick the best pumpkin, you'll want to look for one that has a hard rind. Again, no soft spots. It should feel very firm to the touch. You'll want to look for a firm green stem. This one does have quite a bit of green on it. If it's too dried out, it suggests that it has been stored for too long. So you just want to make sure the stem is not really dried out and kind of peeling away from the pumpkin. This one is a very firm stalk. And that one is the carving. So you'll also want to make sure that there is at least one flat side so you can carve it. And you'll want to pick one that doesn't have super deep ridges. Of course, you're going to have the traditional markings, but you just want to make sure they don't go too deep into the pumpkin. And of course, superficial marks or scratches are fine. It's just part of the pumpkin's beauty. You could probably also use that as part of the design, maybe. So be imaginative and forgiving on some of the lines and such that are on the pumpkins. And of course we have the cooking pumpkin. It's going to be the smaller pumpkins, so carving and then the cooking. This one doesn't have as deep ridges as this one. It's a lot smoother. It's obviously smaller, and they even come a bit smaller than this one. Again, you'll want to make sure it's pretty dense and firm. Again, the stem needs to be a bit green, not all dried out. The reason why the smaller pumpkins like this are better for cooking is because they're a bit more denser and they have a higher sugar content. And then we have the decorative pumpkins. They come in all different shapes and sizes. I have a small pumpkin here. It's quite beautiful. It's white with green and yellow and a bit of orange in there too. And this is called a tiger stripe pumpkin. They're quite cute. They last a long time as long as they are stored in a cool, dry place. Then you have a bit more fun pumpkins. Like this one. And these are meant for, well, you can decorate them, but they're mainly meant for like decorative purposes. This particular pumpkin is actually called a candy corn pumpkin. And all of the same principles apply as the big and the small when picking out a decorative pumpkin. But honestly, the more like bubbly and warty it is, the more a visual appeal it's gonna have. So they'll have different sizes, shapes, colors. And they're just very visually appealing. Just put these pumpkins back. The next event or service we offer is, I think, most people's favorites. I know it's mine. And that's the dining. We do offer lunch and dinner. It's the same menu, but the venue is going to be different. This is our tea room, and that's where the lunch or brunch is served. And then we have a little bit more romantic or mood-lit lighting for the dinner options. It just is so cozy and warm and inviting, and it really just says, I'm ready, fall, for all of the wonderful events. We'll just take a little look at our menu. And that way you can decide if this is something that you want to partake in. Of course, we do have other options, and I'll go over that in a moment. This is our Harvest Farm menu. For the entree, we have golden beet tartare. It's a finely chopped organic golden beet with horseradish vinaigrette, arugula, and goat cheese. So it's like basically a really fancy salad. If you've never had a golden beet, there are a lot milder and sweeter in flavor, just in comparison to a red or purple beet that has a bit more earthy and nutty flavor to it. Then we have pumpkin soup. That is a creamy organic pumpkin soup with toasted pumpkin seeds and a coconut cream swirl. It is so good and refreshing. It's quite delicious, that smooth texture. It's one of my favorites that we offer. Herb crusted organic chicken, and this is part of the main meal. That is free range chicken with an organic herb crust. So delicious. Served with roasted root vegetables and a sage dressing. And a lot of the vegetables that you will eat if you do partake in the dinner do actually come from our farm. Butternut squash risotto. It's a creamy risotto with organic buttermilk squash, parmesan, nutmeg, and crispy sage. Oh, it's so good. We have, for dessert, a spiced apple crumble, warm organic apples with autumn spices and oat crumble, served with vanilla ice cream. Or a little bit more traditional, I suppose, but we still added our own flair to it, and that's the pumpkin cheesecake. It's organic pumpkin cheesecake on a ginger snap crust. It's so good and spicy. It's really delicious. It's topped with whipped cream and cinnamon, just for that little final touch. The other option, if you don't want to do the dining and you want to do a little bit more dining with nature, if you will, we do offer picnics. You can pick up the food that you want from our menu, and then you can just take it out to the grounds, and we have different areas set up if you want to be adventurous and just kind of wander out into the trees a little bit and set up your own picnic. You can bring your own baskets, your own food, and then just enjoy the beautiful scenery. These are just the options we have for picnic dining. The picnic menu is a little bit different than the dining menu, and that's just to make it a little bit more convenient when setting out. Not so much finger foods, but just easier to transport. So we do have appetizers, main course, and then dessert. For the appetizers, we have pumpkin soup, cranberry salad, stuffed mushrooms, mashed potatoes. I love them. They have a garlic herb butter sauce, really good, and a spinach dip, and that does come with pita chips. The main course is roasted turkey, roasted chicken, spiral ham, stuffed pork, and we have a Thanksgiving special, but that's closer to Thanksgiving time. Then we have desserts, again, pumpkin pie, pecan pie, which is my all-time favorite, sweet potato pie, a baked apples, and cranberry biscuits. They're sweet, but not overly sweet, so if you don't have a really big sweet tooth, I do recommend the cranberry biscuits. Just a little pop of sweetness from those cranberries. And of course, what would our farm be if we didn't have hiking trails and a bit of nature to see the beautiful time of year of autumn? We have guided hiking trails. They are led by a skilled woodsman. His knowledge and skills should keep you entertained. Or we have self-led trails for the more adventurous spirit. You can enjoy connecting with nature and let its beauty fill you with wonder and its sounds enchant you. Let your worries melt away with each step you take. Breathe in the deep, rich scent of the forest and breathe out worries and regret. Be captivated by autumn's brilliant colors. Use your sense of touch to draw closer to your surroundings. Run your fingers through the cool grass. Feel the tree's rough bark, or the water's smooth texture in one of our many streams flowing in the forest. Be sure to keep to the well-worn paths and don't wander too deeply into the forest. When you're ready to come back, just return to one of the main activity centers and you can continue on enjoying the hayride. By this time, you might be getting a little bit sleepy. It was a very fun-filled day, but we have a few more relaxing, stay seated, and then just enjoy the experience kind of activities. We have campfires, bonfires, we roast s'mores, they're so delicious. And of course, we provide everything. There's also stories around the fire. It's led by a very seasoned young lady that's been working here quite some time, and she has the most intriguing stories to tell. I think you'll enjoy listening to her talk. It's very soothing. Of course, you can set up picnic areas a little bit out from the bonfire, of course, at a safe distance, and just enjoy a drink or a beverage or maybe another slice of pecan pie or apple pie. And then finish out the evening with a bit of stargazing. We also have an instructor that will kind of point out major constellations, and you can just kind of have a little learning experience, but it's nothing too stressful that you need to worry about. Just sit back and let the instructor just tell you about the stars and the galaxy, and of course the moon looking down lazily from the sky. It's very beautiful and peaceful, and the sounds of nature and the crickets chirping and a little bit of rustling and little animals in the forest, squirrels and rabbits, just heading off for the night somewhere warm, tucked in the ground. So, do you know which activities you wanted to try? Yeah, I know there's a lot, but you can always plan multiple days if you want to. Okay. I'll just leave the book right here. If you want to thumb through it and just let me know which activities you want me to schedule you, and if you know what day you want to be scheduled. Alright, let's get your name. And your telephone number. Perfect. And do you know what day you want to schedule the events? Okay. It's a perfect time to come, by the way. Now let's get you scheduled for the events that you want. Okay. That's a good choice. And of course, if you want to do the guided hiking trails this time and then next time, be a little bit more adventurous, you could do it that way too. Okay. Do you know if you'll be entering the contest for dressing up? Do you know what you want to be? Sounds like so much fun. And what about the apple picking or the pumpkin picking? Okay. Do you think you still want to enter the pumpkin carving contest? Okay. What else? Okay, we can definitely accommodate that. Just add a note. Yeah, that is a really fun event. But again, if you can't do all of them, you can always schedule multiple days. Okay. And did you want to do that earlier in the day? Okay. Of course. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah, we can do that. That looks like a nice day. So we'll send you a reminder a week before and then 2 days before. So if you need to cancel, reschedule, you can do it at either one of those times. And you're welcome to finish your apple cider by our warm fireplace. You have a great day. I can't wait to see you on your event day.